Okay, gentlemen, this video is to make sure that we get set up for the last big bit of the Paris project coursework, which is the spreadsheet. Now, the one that we've provided for you here, and it will be as under the assignments on Google Classroom, is a skeleton document with a basic setup for you to be able to beautify, as we've done before. That means being able to change the colors on here, being able to change the fonts if you wish. But just remember, for any fonts and colors changed, the font has still to be readable, whether it's in number or letter format. And any change in color means that you do have to be aware of contrast between the text and the background. So just be aware of those things. The easiest thing we can do here is if I flick over to the coursework document, there is a section on there which shows spreadsheet requirements. So you can see, for instance, that one of the first ones on here is to put the company logo and the title on the worksheet itself. Use this as a check sheet. In other words, go through it, see if you would have got all the other marks, and then just make sure that you've ticked it off as you go to see that you will have gained the marks for those particular items. On here, remember your logo and your title could go in here. I've already entered the exchange rate. You can leave that the way it is now. That's pretty much accurate to today, so we'll leave it as it is. With this bit of the spreadsheet, you don't need to put in brochure costs. The reason is my group 7.4 and 7.5 have produced the website instead, so you can actually ignore this bit. Remember, these expenses that occurred in England, you only need to put it in pounds here. So your limousine cost is basically the taxi that gets you from home to the airport and return. So put the total cost in here. The flights costs will go in here, and remember how many flights there are. There are flights for 2 people and they have to be return flights. Make sure you get your calculations correctly, and this will be a total that will go into here. For the expenses that are incurred in France, just take that down a little bit. Now you can see the car, there is an amount that is due for the car per day. The Mercedes that's on hire to the couple that's on holiday for however many days. You have to work out the days and you have to work out the cost, and you put the total in euros here. Now you will have to convert that to pounds, but remember, just looking at this up here, a simple way of doing this, if you put 100 euros in here, it won't be that, I know, but we're going to work out the formula here. So we don't have to put equal sum, we only need to put equals because there are only going to be 2 cells and 1 mathematical operator. So that means I want this cell times that cell. The conversion rate in pounds, and therefore when I enter that in here, the answer shouldn't be a shock that 100 euros will equal 87 pounds. So long as you get the formula right, the maths will be correct as well. The hotel, it differed for some of you, I know. The hotel costs, I'll get rid of this. The hotel costs, depending on which of the suites that you booked. Remember how many nights it's going to be for. Do your counting carefully. That will be in euros, and then you will convert it into pounds. Similarly here, for the museum pass, get the correct up-to-date cost for the museum pass for 5 or 6 days, whichever you think is appropriate, and then make sure you convert it into pounds. Cost for the Eiffel Tower, etc. Get that in there if you're going to go for the Eiffel Tower all the way to the top, etc., etc. Get those costs in. Now on here, you will see below, and you're going to have to add in some rows here. I'm expecting you to add in at least 5 additional expenses for things like maybe a Bateau Mouche trip, helicopter ride around Paris, horse carriage ride, whatever, tour of the catacombs, whatever things you've added in, you should add all those on there. And the total in euros will be here, and the total in pounds will go there. That bit should be fairly easy. Over here, you will need to see that the total for England, in other words, from here, should go there. And the total for France, further down the page, will go here. Now remember, in order to get that there, if I want this cell to go here, all I'm going to do is put equals and then click on that cell. At the moment, obviously the value will be 0 because there's no value in the cell, but that's how we do it. The same will work here. And then in order to add it up here, you're just going to add up this one plus this one equals that. The total cost for all holidays. The details for the number of holidays that we're selling is in the coursework document. You need to read through it. The total cost per holiday would be here and transfer to there. And the percentage profit to add is also in the brochure. You need to read it. So in other words, it's going to be whatever profit we make on the holiday at however many percent it is, we times that by the number of holidays, and therefore we get the total profit in all holidays. Most of you will get all of this fairly easily. Now remember, I'm not expecting you to finish all this immediately. I am going to allow time for people to ask questions and so on, and you will get a chance to do this in your lesson time, plus a homework for this week, and then we will have a review at the end of the week. Any questions? We will be treating your lesson as a live lesson when I am going to be available. So you'll be getting on the work. The work will appear as an assignment in Google Classroom as a scheduled assignment, so it will appear at the start of your lesson. It's your job to get on with it. Thanks very much.